This is the video that police in Los Angeles tried to keep secret for 2 years. Ricardo Diaz Zeferino, an unarmed Hispanic man, has been mistakenly suspected of stealing a bicycle. As he removes his hat and lowers his hands, officers open fire. It is another video, another name, another footnote in an ongoing story about how US police treat ethnic minorities. But the president is trying to push the focus onto the disproportionate number who don't get shot and instead end up in places like this, El Reno Correctional Institution. It is the first time a sitting president has been inside a prison.
In too many places, black boys and black men, Latino boys and Latino men, experience being treated differently under the law. Around 1 in 9 African American kids has a parent in prison. What is that doing to our communities?
Communities like East Baltimore, where another black man, Freddie Gray, was killed at the hands of police.
Freddie Gray was at the apex of the situation, but you got to think about the discrimination that people just deal with on a day-to-day basis. That's just business as usual.
Eric Locke served 5 years for drug offences. Obama's decision to free some non-violent prisoners fails, he says, to get to the heart of the problem.
Is the penitentiary problem in America an African-American problem?
No, I don't think that it's an African-American problem. I think it's a poor problem. And coincidentally, all the poor people are African-American. You know, their skin is their sin.
This neighborhood has the highest crime rate in the city, but crime here is a cash cow for big business.
If you want an illustration of the prison industrial complex, look no further than here. Behind me, a detention center that was in business before Abraham Lincoln was president, and until recently was run by a gang and sparked the biggest prison conspiracy case in recent history. Next door, an old penitentiary, and opposite, a bail bonds shop.
In 1971, Eddie Conway was convicted of murdering a police officer. This is where he served part of his 43-year sentence.
Prisons in general in America are designed to dehumanize the prisoners, and it's designed to break your spirit, to break your family, and the bottom line is that it turns out a lot of angry people that bring that anger back into the community.
Dominique Stevenson has seen that anger up close. She says Obama's commitment to reform is a drop in the ocean.
But I see a wealth of resources when I look at the people in the prison system, people who could really transform the communities, people who young people would listen to in these communities, who are simply wasting away behind bars.
And Obama has little time left to push through reforms.
You know, I think we have a tendency sometimes to take for granted or think it's normal that so many young people end up in our criminal justice system. It's not normal. It's not what happens in other countries.
He does have more than principles. He's got cross-party support, but his proposals only affect federal prisons. He still has to get every state on side.